Hi Virgo, welcome to August. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And this month we start off on August 1st with Mars, Uranus, and the North Node making a conjunction in Taurus. This is favorable to your sign, so it may bring excitement and changes, but maybe not necessarily negative ones. Your ruling planet moves into Virgo, your sign, and your first house on August 5th. We have a full moon in Aquarius on the 11th. Venus moves into Leo on the 12th. Mars moves into Gemini on the 21st. Uranus will retrograde on the 24th. And then we have a new moon in your sign on the 27th. So we'll talk about that later. Let's see what the cards say for Virgo about love and relationships. What does Virgo need to know about love and relationships for August 2022? And if you're having a birthday this month, if you're born at the end of the month, happy birthday, Virgo. Okay, what does Virgo need to know about love and relationships this month of August 2022? What does Virgo need to know? What is coming up for Virgo? The Page of Wands, the Three of Swords, the Seven of Swords, the Magician, the Ten of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, the Moon, the Four of Cups, the King of Pentacles, and the King of Cups. And the card at the bottom of the deck is the King of Swords. Oh, you have options this month, Virgo. Okay, so the Page of Wands and the Three of Swords start the reading. This is a card, the Three of Swords is a card of heartache. I feel like there could be a relationship that's kind of shaky this month. And you may be thinking of leaving it, because I'm seeing the Eight of Cups here, which is walking away from something that's no longer serving you. It was once good, but now it's kind of like, and you want to move on to something that has more meaning. The Page of Wands, though, I feel like that could be a new relationship. Because the pages, it could be a new relationship. It could be a message, a message that comes in that kind of offsets this Three of Swords energy. If it's a relationship, it's at the very beginning stages. If it's a message, it could just be good news that gives you hope if you're going through a difficult time. I feel like there could be some deception connected with a relationship, because you have the Seven of Swords back here at the past. Now, the Seven of Swords, it has two meanings. Sometimes it represents the thief, someone who's trying to take something from you. So you may feel like someone's taking, not being honest. Someone has like a hidden agenda. They're not being transparent. You're not being told everything. But it could also mean like maybe somebody's taking credit for the work you're doing, or they're saying one thing to your face, another thing behind your back. So you're a little bit suspicious. You're not sure if you can trust someone. But it also can mean, the Seven of Swords, that whatever your plans are, you have to keep them close to your chest. Keep them away from prying eyes. Like if you're doing something, you don't want people to know what you're doing. And it could also mean that you're avoiding the truth in a situation, that you're sweeping things under the rug instead of dealing with it. So I'm seeing all these kings, this King of Swords. The King of Swords, if it's a person, it could be an air sign. I mean, you've got all the signs here. You've got earth, air, water, fire. So, but the King of Swords energy is someone who makes decisions based on logic. Sometimes he could be hard to approach. You don't know, you can't read him. He's hard to read. So you could be involved with someone that you're not really sure where you stand. because they have this severe exterior where you don't know how they feel. Like, do they really care about me? Do they not care about me? Are they being honest with me? Can I, trust them? Another way this could play out is that you're trying to make a decision. You're trying to separate what's real from what's not real. So you may be letting your imagination run away with you with the moon card here. Imagining things that are not really happening, like you're thinking of worst case scenarios. So when I see the moon come up, and especially in this position where it's your psychological, your negative thinking, if you're unclear about something because you don't have enough information, you need to go to the source and speak to that person. Don't make things up in your head about what their intentions are, what they're thinking, what they're saying. You need to just ask, have that conversation, even if it's a difficult one. It's better to have that difficult conversation one-on-one than listen to gossip or to imagine like, well, I don't know, they're not telling me anything, so maybe, and then you start filling in the blanks with your imagination. You have the Magician here. This is a card of manifestation. So I feel like you have the potential to manifest love and security this month, but I feel it's going to involve cutting out a relationship that's just not working anymore. So if there's any deception, you want to take care of that. Like, you don't want to play both sides of the court. So you have to make a decision. What do I want to keep? What do I want to release? Because I can't keep juggling, especially if you're dating more than one person. If you're dating more than one person, at some point you're going to have to make a decision. Now you have the Ten of Pentacles coming up here in the future. That is a card of wealth. That's the wealth card. That's the security card. You have someone in your life, possibly this King of Pentacles, who wants to take care of you, who wants to be there for you, who is offering financial security, stability. So if you were in a relationship that was kind of shaky, there is someone in your environment that could be interested in you, that can give you that love and that security and that stability that you're looking for. But I think to get to this point, you may have to give up something that's not working, because the Eight of Cups is here. This is walking away. And I see here in your environment, you've got the Four of Cups, which is a card of dissatisfaction and boredom. So you could be in a relationship that was once good, but it's no longer fulfilling and you're bored. And you're really not feeling valued or appreciated in this relationship, but you're not really ready to change it. Maybe it represents security in some level. Because this is a card of, I'm contemplating what I should do, but I'm not really sure I want to reach out for it. So this is like someone's offering you love. There could be a new person offering you love, and you're not sure if you want to accept that cup. You're still thinking about it. And this could be you with the King of Swords evaluating your situation. Okay, let me see what's real, what's not real. What do I keep? What do I let go of? But ultimately, you're looking for financial and emotional security in a commitment, in a relationship. But I feel with the Three of Swords and the Eight of Cups and the Moon, you may have to cut something out of your life before you can get to that place. And you have this King of Cups here as an outcome. Now, the King of Cups energy, it's someone who's very compassionate, very loving. He or she can be a healer. Maybe it's someone that you just talk to. It could be a good friend that you say, this is what's going on in my life. I don't know what to do. And this person gives you advice and helps you to sort things out, because they're not involved. They could be objective. Maybe you're too involved in the situation. You can't see things clearly. So if you're trying to make a decision about a relationship and what to choose, where do you focus your energy? Do you walk away from someone? Do you walk towards someone else? How can you bring more security and love into your partnership? How can you get out of this stagnation? You're feeling stuck and stagnated. This person could be like a counselor. If it's not a friend, it could be that you go and talk to someone to try and sort things out. But I think that you can achieve your goal. You have the Magician here. But the way the magician achieves his goal is through positive thought. He's controlling his thoughts. You have all the skills you need. You have the success. You have the ability to communicate. It may be a matter where you just have to sit down and talk. Or it may be where you have to start looking at the positive side of things instead of picking out all the problems. Say, okay, what is it that I like about this person? What is it that's good about our relationship? And focus on that. Rather than, oh, I can't stand it when he or she does this or that. I wish they would do this. I wish they would be more like that. When you start being nitpicky, it destroys love. So whether you're trying to heal a relationship and get it back on track, think of it, focus on the positive. Focus on giving the love that you want to receive. But if you've reached a point where you feel like, I just can't fix this and I want to move on, don't delay, don't avoid, don't sweep things under the rug. You have to deal with it. So let's see what the angels have to say. What do the angels? And move towards what you want. Don't waste your time in a relationship that's not giving you what you need. Life is short. So if you're not happy, don't prolong the agony. If you can't fix it, leave it. If you can fix it, fix it. But if you can't, if you feel like, no, I can't fix this, then walk away. Don't just drag it on. It's like ripping off a Band-Aid slowly. It's just going to be more painful. So let's see. What do the angels have to say to Virgo? Manifestation, see? Okay. You can manifest the love you need. Believe in yourself. Trust your instincts and follow your heart, for in doing so, you shall manifest all your heart's desires. The life you have so long aspired to create will soon manifest. So as soon as you stop wasting your energy on what's not working and start focusing on what is working and what you would like to develop, it's going to start to happen. Because you have these cards, but you have to let go. You can't hold on to everything. You have to let go of some things to create something new. So let's see what the astrology has to say. We have, so this Mars-Uranus North Node conjunction is happening in your 9th house. That's the house of higher education, long-distance travel. It's your belief system. It's it's also the house of communication. It's one of your communication houses, teaching, learning, travel. So there could be some unexpected developments in that area of your life. Maybe something happens and you have to take a trip somewhere. Or you realize I need new skills. I have to learn these new skills. So you have to suddenly, learn something. Or maybe you're having an opportunity comes out of the blue where you can teach what you know. But there are going to be shifts in that house. So be careful also because it's a travel house. Don't drive distracted. Don't text while you're driving. Don't get on the phone. Focus on the road. Because sometimes when you have Uranus and Mars in your travel house, it can lead to an accident if you're not paying attention. So drive slowly, drive carefully. I'm not saying that everybody who's a Virgo or has Virgo rising is going to have an accident, but there's a greater chance, a greater probability. It really has to do with what's in your chart. If you're not making aspects to anything in your chart, you're okay. But just to be on the safe side, just don't text and drive. Don't answer the phone if you're driving. Pull over, Pay attention. Don't be distracted. The North Node is trining Mercury, especially at the full moon. Especially, let's see, so you have Mercury going into your 1st house. When Mercury goes into your 1st house on August 5th, you're going to be more communicative. You're going to be speaking. It's time for you to share your ideas. So you might be talking more. You might be not keeping to yourself as much. Maybe you're ready to share your ideas and share your thoughts. And maybe with the 9th house activation, because Uranus has been there, and Mars is going to be the trigger, you may want to start to share your beliefs and share your thoughts and ideas with people. Just don't be too forceful when you're doing that. Maybe it's time to speak up. Like, if you've been putting up with something for a long time in your communication house, it's time to speak up. The full moon happens, it's across your 6th house. It's in your 6th house with Saturn, and the sun is in the 12th house. So something that's been hidden may come to the surface. You may find out. The 6th house can be a health issue that you thought you had, you may have to get more serious about your health. Maybe you're working too hard and you need to take some time out. It could also be a work issue that comes to the surface, some secret that's revealed, some new information comes out. When you have Saturn in your 6th house, you're working really hard. You've got a lot on your plate. So it's really important that you take care of your health, that you have work-life balance, because you don't want to be burnt out. You don't want to be overwhelmed where, you're working so much and you just don't have any time to rest. So maybe you need to take a trip somewhere, like the 9th house has to do with long-distance travel. Maybe you need to book a vacation, and even though you're working hard, you have to make time for recreation. You have to make time to rest. The sun in the 12th, you may feel like you have been kind of in the hermit mode. That's going to change when the sun moves into your sign next month. Or actually this month, at the end of the month, it's going to move into your sign in the 1st house. So it's time to come out from under the radar, and at the end of the month, you're going to have a new moon in your 1st house. So that's like a new you. You have a chance to be reborn and to present, have a new beginning. Could even be a new relationship. Let's see what else is happening. You have Mercury in your 1st house, trine the North Node, so it's time to speak up. You have Venus in the 11th house, and it's sextile Neptune in the 7th. So if you're, you could be joining a group of people, like you're finding your soul tribe this month. You could even find a relationship through one of your friends or the groups that you belong to. And it could be pretty romantic. But with Neptune in the 7th, you always want to be sure that you're seeing the person clearly. It could be very romantic and very highly creative and idealized, but make sure you bounce the person off your friends and family. Like, what do you think of this person? Because you could be idealizing someone, or especially a group that you belong to. Maybe you're involved in an artistic or creative group. That would be perfect for Neptune and Venus. But when it comes to relationships, Neptune can sometimes relate to deception, or you're not seeing the person clearly. Like you might try to polish a diamond in the rough. So you want to make sure that whoever you're dealing with the right, real person, not someone in your fantasy, not something that you've conjured up in your mind. You have Pluto going through your 5th house, so it's transforming your relationships with children, transforming the way you express yourself. It could even bring a romance that has a very powerful influence on your life. Venus, before it moves into Leo, is going to oppose Pluto. So there could be some power struggles with groups of friends and with some of the things you're trying to accomplish. So just be careful to avoid manipulation, betrayal, power struggles. Be careful who you talk to about your plans. Maybe you need to keep your plans secret. Mars is trining Pluto, so it's giving you the energy and the ambition to go ahead to go after what you want. But Mars is also squaring Saturn. And Saturn's in the 6th house. You may feel like there's blocks, like an authority figure may be blocking you. Like you want to do all these things, and either that the people in charge, the authority, they have other ideas, or it's just that it's a lot of work and it's taking longer than you thought. And it's like more of a burden. So it's not as easy to fulfill your goals as it has been in the past. And where's Mars? Mars is in the 9th house. Yeah, you might have to do some traveling, or you might have to pick up some new skills to move ahead on a project. Then we have Venus goes into Leo. That's going to be in your 12th house. That's more about, you may have some secret feelings for someone that you're not expressing. If you have a secret relationship, you want to be careful that it doesn't get revealed around the full moon in Aquarius. because the full moon is happening right on August 11th, and Venus moves in there on August 12th. So full moons usually bring things to the surface. So just be careful. Uranus goes retrograde in the ninth house, in your ninth house, on the 24th. So you may have sudden changes in travel plans, or you may have to rethink a strategy. If you're working on a marketing plan or a website, things might change or shift. There could be sudden developments where you decide to go in a new direction. Then we have the new moon in Virgo in your first house. That new moon is going to be squaring Mars in the 10th house. But it's going to be, so there may be some challenges in your career path. You may have to work harder to get where you want to go. But that doesn't mean you should stop. I mean, Mars in the 10th, you're very ambitious. It's just that when you have a square, you have to get out of your comfort zone to achieve a goal. You may have to compromise in ways you're not used to get to a goal. It's not an easy aspect. When it's a trine, doors just swing open, red lights turn green. When you have a square, you could still have the new beginning, and you should have it, but you may have more of a challenge to get something off the ground. Mars is trining Mercury in your second house, so that's good. Mars is giving you the energy and ideas to come up with money-making schemes or ideas. You have a lot of ideas, and you should share them. But it may feel uncomfortable. I just feel like it's going to make you, like you have to do things that you're not used to doing. You might be feeling a little bit uncomfortable with the energy. But you should pursue it anyway, because it's going to lead to abundance. You have Venus in the 12th squaring Uranus in the 9th. There could be some unexpected developments if you're having a love affair, a long-distance relationship. There could be sudden developments with that. Pluto's in the 5th. Mars is in your 5th house. No, wait. Mars is... where's Mars? Mars is in your 10th house, and it's sextile Jupiter in the 8th. So it could be... That's good for like a partner's income. If you're looking for... Like a partner may suddenly get a promotion or a raise, and you have more money to play with. It could also mean if you've applied for a loan at the bank, or it could be an inheritance. Money's coming in when Jupiter's in the 8th house. So that's positive. So it's a mixed blessing this month because, Venus is opposing Saturn at this new moon, around this new moon. So you may feel like cut off from people that you love. Maybe you're feeling you want to be with someone, but you got too much work to do, and you can't, especially if someone's at a distance, you can't go see them, or you can't travel. Maybe you're not seeing eye to eye intellectually, or you have different belief systems. You have your thoughts go in one direction, their thoughts go in another direction. So you may have a conflict on ideology. Venus is squaring Uranus in the North Node, so there could be some shakeups with relationships this month, especially from someone where there's an age difference between you, or someone who's at a distance, someone who has a different spiritual belief system than you do. There could be some disagreements or conflicts that have to be resolved. But the positive thing is you have Mercury trining Mars and Pluto. So it's a good time to communicate and speak up and talk about, your ideas. Share your ideas. Even if it's difficult, even if you're up against opposition and, the naysayers, you should still share your ideas. Just do it in a diplomatic way, because at this point, Mercury moves out of Virgo and it's moving into Libra. So when Mercury's in Libra, you have to kind of be more diplomatic. You have to, balance, compromise more, come up with a win-win situation, and you'll be fine. So Virgo, I think this is a good month for valuing yourself, cutting out what's no longer serving you, make a choice in love. figure out where you want to go and believe that you can get there. Because you're going to have a lot of good ideas this month. Put them into action, even if it gets you out of your comfort zone. I think it's going to be beneficial for bringing in greater abundance and love to you. So be careful who you share your secrets with, because some secrets could come up because you have that full moon in your 12th house and 6th house. So if you're trying to hide something, it may pop out. So make sure whatever you're doing, you're not doing anything dishonest, and you should be fine. In the meantime, have a wonderful August. Have a happy birthday if you're a late August Virgo. And if this resonated with you, click on the like button, click on the subscribe button, leave me a comment, let me know what's going on in your life. And otherwise, have a wonderful August, and I'll talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.